everyone, and welcome to Centennial High School for CTN's coverage of the Section 5 AA Girls Soccer Semifinals. Number 1 seed undefeated Centennial hosting the number 4 seed Coon Rapids Cardinals. Joe Young and Howie Shapiro up above the action. And Howie, these are two teams that the Cardinals struggled throughout the year, especially on the offensive end. Did enough to get a high seed, slipped into the semifinals with a 1-0 win. Cougars, on the other hand, have been dominant all year long, crushed their opponent first round 6-0, and are looking to continue on through the playoffs.
And they beat the Cardinals by that same score about 2 weeks ago in a torrential downpour, a brutal day. And so typically you got to throw that game out. Cardinals are going to come out here tonight, and they know they have to play fast, and they have to play their defense. I think is going to be the key for them this evening.
Well, and they will need to be. The Cougars have a couple of young ladies that can definitely put the ball away. Cardinals will need everybody to be firing at their best. That includes leading scorer on the team who plays in the midfield.
That's Caitlin Ackerman, and certainly they're going to look for her for some leadership. She is the kind of their go-to player. She's going to try and set up Verdict and see if they can spring her as well. But all over the place she is going to be, and Centennial certainly will need to know where she is on the field at all times.
Yeah, on the flip side, the Cougars are led by a 30-point scorer this season.
And Ashley Ebeling, she got 18 goals and 12 assists. And there's a couple of players for Centennial that the Cardinals need to be wary of. And they're going to look to mark them here this evening. But she's definitely a good scorer. And as she gets behind the defense, it's going to be trouble.
Yeah, a couple of players doing most of the scoring for the Centennial Cougars. The Cardinals come out really focused on shutting down the big guns, making the other players beat them to get to that section championship.
I think if the Cardinals can control, play good defense, and if they can get on the board first, put a little pressure on Centennial, they have an opportunity here tonight.
We'll see what happens when the game starts. It's artificial turf. It's a beautiful night. Section semifinals. Winner advances to the championship. Loser is done for the year. The Cardinals and the Cougars on the field next on CTN.
The Coon Rapids Recycling Center can help you recycle all of your old appliances and electronics. From your old refrigerator to washers and dryers, we can help you recycle your appliances and keep them out of the waste stream, which is required by state law. When it comes to electronics, some fees may apply. Check our website for more details. The Coon Rapids Recycling Center, helping you recycle even more.
Back at Centennial High School, just about ready to get this Section 5 AA quarterfinal, or semifinal rather, underway. The Cougars have been roaring through their schedule all season long, undefeated, and as we talked about, blowing past their quarterfinal opponents 6-0. Number 2 seed Maple Grove doing the same to Osseo, and they are hosting number 3 seed Champlin Park. They got past Park Center with a 5-2 win. Coon Rapids the 1-0 win over Spring Lake Park last Thursday, and so the top 4 seeds here in the semifinal round trying to get to a section championship and hopefully a bid for a state tournament. Here's a look at your starters for the Cardinals. Getchell and Verdict up front. Bloomquist, Johnston playing in 2 midfield spots. Caitlin Ackerman, Leah Mao, Hannah Engen, Callie Turner, and Maddie Karen are the defenders. Nicole Frazier is the goalkeeper. Cardinals able to stop the Cougars up as they crossed the 30-yard line, trying to turn it back up towards center. Engen's pass attempt rejected out of bounds, but it'll be a Cardinal throw it.
You talked about with the ease that Centennial dispatched their opponents for the most part, 69 goals on the season. Coach Flohawk told me that they get better with the lead. They play stronger, and it makes it difficult for opponents when they hold the lead. They have a tendency to continue to turn it on.
Which reflects upon your point from the pregame about the importance for Coon Rapids to try and get that early goal and put Centennial in a position they're not used to, and that's playing from behind.
Yeah, they've in 9 games they've scored 2 goals or more.
The handball not called, but it did go out the end line, so it'll be a corner kick. Easily could have been a handball. Corner kick headed into the net, and Centennial on the board just 90 seconds into the contest.
Yeah, again, nice setup in front, and Centennial had the numbers, and they did a nice job of redirecting it into the net with the header. And you see why they're a good scoring team. They put the pressure on from the get-go, and they get on the board awfully early here. And Megan Schock with her first goal.
Good cross from Gunderson out front. And Schock in the right spot to redirect. And just like that, it looked like Frazier got a piece of it, but not enough. And the Cougars pounce early.
Well, one of the keys for Coach Flohag was, we have to finish opportunities, and they certainly did there. As you mentioned, the nice cross to set it up in front, and Schock with a nice header to get the first goal of the game early on. Puts squarely the pressure back squarely on Coon Rapids here as the number 4 seed coming in. They beat Park Center earlier in the season, Joe. By a score, just a meager score of 17-0. So they can score at will. There's no question about it.
Doing a nice job of regrouping, changing sides of the field, working with 4 defenders across that back line. Bloomquist able to step in and break up the rush. Her pass, though, taken back away by Amanda Ailes. Plays it up the middle for Centennial. Pushed along by Wilson into the corner. Long run for Treadle. And lost out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick, Coon Rapids.
And in their first, that 6-0 win, they had 6 different players score goals that evening, and Megan Schock won. So a second section goal for Megan Schock here in this tournament.
Courtney Ackerman to take the goal kick for Coon Rapids. Headed, and everybody ran away from it, and it just sat there for Megan Wilson momentarily. Cardinals able to play it back out near center, stopped up by Munson. It's pressured by Verdick along the sideline, and it's played back into the defensive end for Centennial. Near side it comes for Claire Orth. She sidesteps the pressure from Johnston. Back into the middle. Turning with it is Eskirka. And the pass just a little too far side for Munson. And it'll turn over back to the Cardinals.
Well, we'll see how this game unfolds, Joe, and if the Cougars keep that pressure down in the Cardinal end, they're gonna have a difficult time here tonight. Cardinals are gonna have to find a way to get the ball down in the Cougar side and get good opportunities, and that's the key.
Not quite the touch Engen was looking for coming down the sideline. Getchell stopping it up for the Cardinals, surrounded, however, by white jerseys, and coming away with it was Eskirka, played back to the near side. That pass stopped up and sent out of bounds by Mao.
Well, Cardinals are going to try and have to keep the ball wide. But, Centennial does a nice job of moving the ball around, passing the ball aggressively, and that's what their game plan has been all year long, and it's proven successful with 12-0-3 record.
Wilson sidestepping some pressure, got it back from Gunderson. Treadle with the touch over there, gets it back, and trying to cut through the middle is Eskirka. Still with it into the corner and puts a shot on, and an easy save for Nicole Frazier. Orth will play it back for Amanda Ailes. Work it back up the middle. Pressure coming from Bloomquist, a little too much as she took Megan Wilson to the turf, and that'll draw the whistle.
Just being a little too aggressive.
Mallory Munson with it for the Cougars. Into the middle. Gunderson had it picked from her pocket by Mao. Plays it ahead to Verdick. Verdick trying to settle. Poked away from her, and she's helped to the turf there a little bit as the Cardinals try to come back the other way. Pass too far ahead of Johnston, out of bounds.
Well, they're going to have to try and work Kalana Verdick's speed into the matchup here tonight and try and spring her and see if she can get behind the defense. I mean, that'll be a key for Coon Rapids tonight. Open up opportunities for some scoring.
Getchell trying to send her. Will try again. And nice job defensively by Eskirka. Keep that ball headed the other direction. Here's Getchell again. Bloomquist far side. Trying to get around the corner. Still battling along the sidelines. Get some help from Engen. In to help is Treadle, and Treadle comes away with the soccer ball for Centennial. Long boot up the sideline, settled by Gieske. Plays it into the middle, Gunderson. Gunderson taps ahead, a chance for Wilson to cut back. Far side, Gieske long shot. Frazier makes the stop and will scramble after the rebound.
Yeah, defender fell down and she's able to get a clean shot on net. And Frazier with a long rebound, but nobody there in a white jersey, and she was able to cover it and make sure she ran to get the ball.
Good touch passing. Orth controlling along the sideline. Leads for Ebling. And there to stop it up is Courtney Ackerman. Cardinals very conscious of where number 19 is on the field.
Yeah, you must be. The leading scorer for the Cougars. She's very good, and you cannot let her have an open look.
Engen sending this one back toward the Cougar end, but out of bounds far side.
Ebling and Gieske, the two leading scorers for the Cardinals defensively, or for the Cougars defensively. The Cardinals are going to try and double mark them, let somebody else beat them.
Maddie Getchell with it, turning back upfield for the Cardinals, trying again to spring it through to Verdick, but Cougars keeping bodies back along that back line, making it very difficult. Cardinals can't even get it past them, much less give Verdick a chance to run onto it. It's a high loft. Verdick there to challenge, but lost the handle out of bounds. Head for Gieske. Cardinals able to break it up. Turned around by Courtney Ackerman.
Again, just keep pressure from the middle for the Cardinals defensively, but offensively they have to find ways to spring somebody.
Gieske tracked down by Kieran. Cuts back. Finds a little bit of room. Mao back to help out as well. Ball left. Here's Gunderson stepping up. Able to get around Mao. Long left-footed shot. And handling it out of bounds is Nicole Frazier. Fourth shot on goal early on for Centennial. So we're just over 10 minutes in.
You know, that first game against Spring Lake Park for the Cardinals, I mean, they had plenty of opportunities, only a 1-0 win, but plenty of time, plenty of opportunities offensively, and they have to try and duplicate that here tonight.
Turner sends it out far side over by the Cardinal bench. Kind of different to see the benches on the far side of the field. Trying to think if there's any other stadiums we've played where the soccer.
I can't remember. I'm sure there have
Benches
been.
are on the far side. Ebling plays it back for Fila. Fila finds a little bit of room, bumped by Turner, trying to cross out front. That stopped up and cleared back further away. Keeping it in play is Munson. Olivia Lovick playing it far side. Treadle rather is there, plays it back up top. Left-footed shot, not a lot on it by Orth, and the Cardinal defender is able to play it away again. And Wilson can't quite keep it in on the near sideline.
Just a one-goal deficit, obviously early on. That first goal, and about 12 minutes gone by here in the first half. But Cardinals just have to continue to stick to their game plan and work the way they came in and plan the way they started this game. They were pretty sure that they were not going to allow Centennial to score here tonight, so they know that they're going to just have to try and answer back.
Through pass had a little too much on it for Getchell, easily scooped up by the Centennial keeper. Ebling in the middle of the field, troubled. Finally trying to hand it off for some help. Good defensive marking there by Courtney Ackerman, and then Ackerman there to stop the shot by Lovick. Get it back out near midfield. Ava Johnston passing to space, nobody there. Long run for Karen to get there and play it across midfield. And turned around quickly by the Cougars. That one out of reach, however, for Treadle on the far side, not about out of play. Makes it harder to keep track of substitutions because they're not happening right in front of us.
Coach Flohag of Centennial said they knew this would probably be a physical game. Coon Rapids like to try and play physically, and they'll try and match that as much as they can. But they just want to move the ball quickly here tonight, and as I mentioned earlier, finish those opportunities and pass the ball well and play aggressively. And that's what they've been doing. Again, that's what they've been doing all season long.
Well, they are keeping the Cardinals bottled up. That is for certain. Munson trying to handle the pressure from Bloomquist. Gets it over for Wilson. Getchell there to pressure. Tipped away, but then quickly recovered by Skierka. Skierka trying to get through a couple of red defenders. Plays it into the corner. Cross out front. Cross wasn't quite there. Settling it is Lovick, and finally shoots wide out of play. But off of a Cardinal, it'll be another corner kick for Centennial.
Well, this is how they scored the last time, their first goal. Again, a nice job putting it in the middle. Just can't settle the ball. And then once they do, can't get a good look at it.
Schock had the header. This time she'll start it with the corner kick. Headed near the back post, but out of play on the far side off the head of Amanda Ailes.
Well, definitely not as efficient as that first corner kick by the Cougars.
Courtney Ackerman to handle the goal kick. Played back into the corner. Callie Turner is able to get there. Out the end line, it'll be a goal kick.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, Centennial doing a good job of keeping the Cardinals bottled up, not letting them get any opportunities down in their end, and controlling most of the action down at the Cardinals side.
Goal kick stopped up. Caitlin Ackerman, a high pass out near midfield. Will bounce and be headed down, controlled by the Cougars defensively. Verdict chasing to pressure, but the Cougars keeping control. Wilson in the middle, turns up. Gets it for Haley Fila, back for Schock. And they will move it up the far sideline. Now back into the middle. Lovick trying to send it for Wilson in the corner. Good pressure coming late from Claire Orth. Forces it back out front. Caitlin Ackerman able to clear it away and out of play, out of danger.
Great opportunity for Centennial had they had a player camped out in front. That ball came right across the goal mouth, and unfortunately for the Cougars, not a white jersey there to see if they can offer a shot.
David Johnson flips it to Bloomquist, and then jumping on top of it is Munson. Courtney Ackerman will clear it out of play. Throw in goes to Lovick. Poked away, Johnston. Pressured there by Orth, able to get around, but lost back out of bounds, and it'll be a Centennial kick, or a Centennial throw in. Orth trying to get it in again for Ebling, but well marked by Caitlin Ackerman this time.
Just lost the ball on the sideline.
Orth will get this one back. Head for Lovick. Treadle trying to turn the corner against Engen. Slowed down. Get some help there from Fila. Poked off her foot. Out of bounds on the far side. Pressure in front of the Cardinals net. Shot and a Frazier save will keep it a one-goal game. Had to be ready. That one bouncing around in dangerous spot there. Finally, the shot by Fila. Cougars again settling and passing, controlling, possessing, setting up plays. Just keeping the Cardinals off the ball. Schock with it back in her own end. Played back to Wilson at midfield.
Yeah, we're halfway through this first half. Cardinals yet to really offer anything offensively. And give credit to the Cougars for that.
Wilson pushing it through, broken up by Courtney Ackerman. It's going to skip away from Iskierka. She'll get there in front of Bloomquist. Keep it in bounds and play it back. As the Cougars do a nice job when they bring it back to their defense, switch fields, really get everybody back into position and then move upfield as a group. They have shown very good fundamentals early on.
No question about it. You can see why they're as successful as they are.
So it's going to go out off of the Cougars on the far side. But yeah, the Cardinal touches within the last 30 yards of the field, guarantee you can count them on one hand at this point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No question about it. No question.
Has not been able to work the ball down that far at all. And you certainly cannot defend all game.
No, you need some offense. You need to develop some offense, and the longer the Cougars pressure you down in that end, the more opportunities they have to score.
Wilson with it for Centennial. Munson moving through a crowd and playing it ahead. They've switched Ebling over to the far side, hoping to find a little more space for their leading scorer, but number 38 in red with her step for step everywhere she goes.
Yeah, she's definitely marking wherever she is on the field. Head coach Jeff DeJoy had a nice opportunity to chat with him before the contest, and has his girls prepared here for tonight.
Yeah, had an extra long chance to conversate with Mr. DeJoy as the boys semifinal before this game went to a shootout. Very bizarre and unusual happenings in Section 5 AA boys soccer. Top 4 seeds all eliminated in the quarterfinal round.
Yeah, and Park Center, who was the one eliminated by Mounds View, the 8, and they had to get there.
Opportunity coming down the left wing, pass out front, ball still loose. Cardinals finally able to get it further away from the net, stopped up by Gunderson, plays it back for Iskirka. That's going to be shot through traffic, and Frazier can't hold on. It's out the end line. Corner kick coming up for the Cougars.
Yeah, Mounds View finished that story was the ace seed and had to beat number 9 to get in, just to get into the chance to play Park Center, and they upset them. As you saw there, Frazier not able to get a piece of that.
Played to the back corner. Schock was there for the header again, but it's out the end line, and it'll be a goal kick. They argued it should be another corner. Thought the Cardinals had contact, but not the way the referee saw it.
Nope.
It was a beautiful ball to the back post. Oh, I think it did go off of Leah Mao.
Yeah, it did go off of Leah Mao. There's no question. But official didn't get a chance to see it. They were blocked.
And Leah Mao just saved a goal for the Cardinals. Oh, nice step through. Move by Claire Orth, but the shot deflected wide out of play. It'll be another corner kick after all.
Yeah, she had a great opportunity there. And just nice footwork as she's able to, as you mentioned, that step through. That one went off of Mao as well, I believe.
Actually, I think it was Callie Turner closing
Turner?
from the far side. They're going to go short post this time. Courtney Ackerman heads it right back out the near sideline. Throw in for Centennial. It'll be handled by Claire Orth. Lodato able to get some distance. Oh, excuse me, that's Lodato with it now. That was Alyssa Brazier getting some distance on it. And that one hopped up on Verdict a little bit, called for the handball and a free kick for Centennial.
And again, Verdict trying to get behind the defense any chance she gets the opportunity, and hasn't had that yet tonight.
Well, and again, they're so good on offense that they've been able to keep at least 2, if not 3 girls back along that back defensive line, and they're going to make it very difficult for Verdict to get loose.
No question.
Cougars definitely understand that the strength of the Cardinals comes via speed, and that and they're gonna give her some cushion back there, make sure that she doesn't even have a chance to race onto the ball. This one turned around on the far side by Megan Schock. Tapped away from Munson and played back into the corner. Swaven will go over and scoop it up.
Yeah, she hasn't had really any action yet this season.
Oh, it's only the second time she's touched the ball, I believe. 26 minutes into the contest. Getchell with a steal. Trying to find Verdict, broken up right in front of her. Played back into the middle. Ball skips away from Showquist Nolan. Cardinals still pressuring as Getchell puts it in behind the defense. And then comes in with a shot that's deflected and goes out. It'll be a corner kick for the Cardinals.
Yeah, she did a nice job of just being aggressive. There's the head coach for the Centennial Cougars, Ginger Flohog, a Coon Rapids grad, and good friends with Jeff DeJoy.
Another look at it, and just good effort there by Getchell. It went off of the defender out of play, so the corner kick coming up. It'll be handled by Kelly Turner. An opportunity for the Cardinals. You know, while they have been in their end the whole night, it's still just a one-goal game. One bounce is all it takes. Engen's kick headed back away on the near side. Brazier challenging, but it's out of bounds off the Cardinals.
Well, yeah, you know, to that point, Joe, no question about it. They need to keep it at 1-0 and try, as you saw there, get that corner kick, try and get some opportunities. They've been few and far between for the Cardinals here in this first half.
Headed by Gieske. Courtney Ackerman will turn it around. Headed down by Schock. Here's Gunderson with it for Centennial. Plays it back for Lovick near side. Lovick trailed by Caitlin Ackerman, who just gets in front of her and takes that one away. Plays it back to Courtney. Headed down again by Centennial on defense. Brazier will... Well, that was Lodato this time. Long boot, and Swaven will just come out and take her opportunity to boot it away. Engen had it taken away by Lexi Larson as Centennial tries to move it back to the Cardinal end, and they'll let this one slide in on Frazier, and Frazier can punt it. Ackerman's boot stopped up by Gunderson, gets it to Gieske in the middle. Back near side for Wilson. Quick one-touch pass. Lovick will stop up, look for help. Got it back, at least momentarily, for Orth, and then cleared away by the Cardinals out of play.
Yeah, just getting it out of trouble. As you see the Cougars on their attack, they do a nice job of slipping passes to each other.
Gieske's throw in. Getchell can't clear. Not a lot on that shot, but good thing Frazier able to come out and smother it.
Yeah, it could have been a dangerous situation here. As you mentioned, not a lot on it, but Frazier's going to have to.
Just a little flip from Megan Wilson.
Yep, she got a little bit of it, not much, but enough to make sure that Frazier grabbed a hold of it.
Bloomquist lost it out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Under 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Centennial, the #1 seed, a 1-0 lead on a goal just 90 seconds into the contest. Megan Schock on the header off the corner kick by Jordan Gunderson.
Yeah, you talk about scoring quickly, and that's exactly what the Cardinals didn't want, but they've been able to hold them off the board since then.
And need to see more of this, just anything getting them back in their own end and just putting any sort of pressure on them. Because the ball just has not been down in that end enough for the Cardinals to start to get any sort of traction.
No, it has not.
I have them for one shot attempted. That was Getchel's attempt a short time ago that was deflected out and led to the corner. Meanwhile, I've got Centennial for 11 shots attempted, 7 on goal.
Well, you knew they'd pressure.
And they have done that all game long. Gunderson turning with it. Playing it ahead for Lovick. Lovick will back down against Leah Mao and play it back and then get it back. Another little give and go, trying to get her in the corner. Courtney Ackerman over to defend. Played back for Wilson, bumped off her foot by Bloomquist. But right there is Orth, little give and go attempt, and Wilson there to turn around. Try and find some space, now goes across. Shot attempt by Munson, deflected and went out the end line. It's going to be another corner. Could be their 5th corner kick of the game.
Yeah, again, offers them really nice chances to score here off the corner.
Well, and they scored on the first one and nearly scored on their last one from this side. The header and a diving attempt, but it's in the net. And Centennial has a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, not much on that, but it just redirected enough where Frazier couldn't get to it as it kind of just softly floated into the corner of the net. That puts them up 2-0. Or as my friends across the pond say, 2-0.
Schock is the one to get the header on it again.
Yeah, her 3rd goal here in the sections. And then just, gets a nice loft on the ball, and there's the header just kind of redirected.
I don't think it was Orth, though. Or I don't think it was Schock. Well, she was in the middle.
Yeah, she was in the middle.
No, it was hers.
Yep.
Huh. There you go. So a pair of goals, pair of assists for Jordan Gunderson. A little more than 31 minutes apart. They have a 2-0 lead here late now in the first half. Cardinals trying to bring numbers. Centennial able to break up the passes. Mao will send it in, headed down by Schock. She's a heady player.
Yeah, yes.
Literally and figuratively. Long run to the corner for Lexi Larson, stopping up against Hannah Engen.
Well, Engen did a nice job of running down the ball, not giving her that angle.
Engen able to battle for the ball, but then her pass not where she wanted it. And it's turned around by Centennial. Pushed in by Fila. And played out by Callie Turner on the far side.
You see the time remaining, winding down here, a little over 5 minutes remaining in the half, and the Cougars holding a 2-0 lead.
McKenna Gieske, the throw in. She's the other Centennial scorer in double digits this season.
That time Frazier had to be aggressive, come out and make sure she got the ball. It went up between a number of players.
Engen able to win the ball along the sideline and play it back But again, Centennial just very solid along that back line. They are very composed. They move the ball well, and they get it turned around back upfield quickly.
They really do. You have to be impressed
I've been quite
with
impressed with Orth, too.
Yeah.
She's a big, tall girl. She's stepped through her defenders like she's, one of the. Usually, it's the littler players
Yep.
you see dipping in between, splitting defenders, and Orth's slippery for a taller player. Again, Centennial not allowing Coon Rapids to get very deep into that end or get any sort of presence consistently in there. That cross got through, and I think it surprised Megan Wilson because it evaded Courtney Ackerman.
Well, Wilson was calling for it. You could see it.
Yeah, and then it took her by surprise. She thought Ackerman was going to stop that one up, and then didn't get a lot on the shot. Pretty easy save for the netminder Frazier. Yund officially 9 shots on goal now for the Cougars.
Again, you just can't get that through ball. Getzel trying to feed it through. And
no, defensively they've been very solid.
Very solid, no question.
Engen races in, shot from way out. The Cardinals have a shot on goal. I don't think that was much of a challenge for Swaven, but there's a shot on goal.
Well, you don't score without shots on goal.
It's very
Typically.
true. Bloomquist trying to get around the edge, poked out. It's out the end line. It'll be another corner kick for the Cardinals, their second here in the first half. Down to about 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. See Maddie Haas hustling off. Kick redirected nicely, and what a save. Unbelievable save by Swaven.
Boy, it's tough enough to get the opportunities.
I mean, that was a great opportunity, and I was trying to see if the Cardinals were going to celebrate. It was that close.
That
she kind of
huge.
disappeared from our view.
Let's see if
as she went down. A good placement, great header by Caitlin Ackerman. That's why she played it off of the post, and Getchell right there. But somehow, wow. That's wow.
Yeah, that was a beautiful save.
Using the post and then able to hold on to the ball as Getchell was right there trying to poke it free and poke it in. That was a great opportunity for the Cardinals here late in this first half.
Well, and that would have been huge had they been able to put it home and cut that lead in half.
Giant.
Yeah. So you see the time ticking away in this first half.
Well, and as we've talked about time and time again, in these situations, the pressure is all on the higher seed. So if you allow that lower seed to hang around, the longer they hang around, the more dangerous they become. And that certainly would have made it a little bit more nerve-wracking for the Cougars heading into the locker room only up 1. But a huge save by Anna Swaven. And it'll be a 2-0 lead as we tick down to the final 30. This one bounces in, and Frazier holds on. Ebling, haven't said her name much. Cardinals keeping her pretty well locked up. Trying to spring verdict, too much on that one. It'll roll in on Swaven. And she will just roll it out, and Centennial will take their time.
3, 2, 1, 0. That's the end of the first half.
And they will go to the locker room with that 2-0 lead. Both goals coming off of corner kicks, both headed home by Megan Schock. The top seeding Cougars at 2-0 lead. We'll take a break. Be back with first half stats and highlights after this. You're watching Section 5 AA semifinal action on CTN.
So I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Back at Centennial High School, the Cougars a 2-0 lead as we reach halftime of the Section 5 AA semifinal. Centennial the number 1 seed, Coon Rapids the number 4. And the Cougars didn't waste time, just a minute and a half in, off the corner kick from Gunderson. A header by Megan Schock, and that put Centennial on the board. Cougars kept the pressure on throughout the entire first half. They had the ball down there a lot. Finally converted again on their 5th corner kick of the game. It was Schock again with the header off the corner kick by Gunderson. Cardinals, a great chance, also off a corner kick with a header, and the keeper, Swaven, unbelievable save, playing it off the post and keeping it out front with Getchell right there, trying to poke it free. That ball did everything except go in the net.
Yeah, it was impressive how she kept it locked up there so Getchell couldn't get it. There you see the stats for the first half. 14 shots attempted by the Cougars, 9 of them on net. And the key corner kicks was successful for the Cougars a couple of times tonight.
Verdict waiting for support. Found it. Plays it down that right side. It's Caitlin Ackerman stopping up. Trying to cross. That's broken up. The Cardinals, this is what they need. Some time with possession deep in the Centennial end. Did not see much of it at all in that first half. They're bringing more numbers up top. They had kind of been going just one forward, kind of a 1-1-4-2.
Well, it changes things now. They're going to have to pressure a little bit more, being down 2-0. They know that obviously the season ends if they lose tonight. So they're gonna pressure, at least try so anyway, to pressure more offensively.
They will need to. The pressure is certainly squarely on their shoulders, trailing 2-0. They've done a great job against leading scorer Ashley Ebling, limiting her touches in that first half. But again, the 2 scores, both coming off of corners, both very well executed. Great crosses by Gunderson, and Schock just getting in the right spot and putting the angle she needed to get it into the net.
In Centennial, we talked about it in that first half, just does a nice job at all aspects of this game. And you know, when the Cardinals did have a couple opportunities, they did a nice job defensively to keep the ball wide.
Engens throw in. Getchell pressured and cleared away by the Centennial defense. Out off of Centennial. Karen, good pressure to keep that on the Cougar side of the field.
Well, obviously, it's imperative for the Cardinals to score the first goal here in the second half.
Cougars able to get a little more distance. Bloomquist taps it back for Leah Mao. Mao pressured by Ebling and can't get it past her. Ebling using her speed to try and get around the corner, but lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, she does have some nice speed. She's trying to get past Mao.
Throw in by Ava Johnston. Kept in by Caitlin Ackerman. continuing to pressure along that sideline. Pokes it free, but it's stopped up there by Amanda Ailes. Ahead for Wilson. And now Gunderson with it. Pass too far for Eskirka. Turned around by Cardinal defense. Caitlin Ackerman with it now. Turns and tries to get it to Verdick. Skips past and all the way down where Swaving can scoop it up.
Cougars obviously feeling they're sitting in a position of power here, up 2-0, at least for now anyway.
Well, they would like to turn it up, get a few more
no question.
cushion goals if possible, and coast the way they were able to in the quarterfinal round. But yeah, the next goal is huge, should there be a next goal. If it's for the Cardinals, we got a ball game.
Oh, absolutely, no question about it.
And if it's for Centennial, unfortunately, that's ball game.
Yeah, I think so as well. You know, Cardinals only scoring 17 goals in 17 games.
And here come the Cougars with the numbers. Munson leaves it far side, trying to get it back to her, but she's pressured nicely by Bloomquist. Wilson was trying to get it back to Ebling and spun out of bounds. But no, it went off the Cardinals, so it'll be a Centennial throw in deep in the Cardinal end. Giesey's throw in, headed and bouncing around, still in that dangerous spot. Great presser from Schock, but it's going to go out the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Cardinals. Mackenzie Langenfeld in goal now for the Cardinals. I thought Nicole Frazier had a pretty good first half.
Yeah, I did.
You know, the 2 goals coming off of corners, but I thought she played solid.
Well, you know, Coach DeJoy has been rotating goalies quite a bit this season. Frazier played that whole game against Spring Lake Park.
Ketchel was able to get around the corner, but good defensive recovery by Claire Orth. And now stopped up along the far sidelines by Leah Mao. Verdick is tied up, and that'll be a free kick for the Cardinals from a good spot here. Opportunity to do a lot of different things from this spot. Ackerman could go direct or could try to set something up. They've got Getchell, a dangerous weapon, spread way out all by herself. The bottom of the screen. They're going to go direct, though, and just too much under it. Up over the net out of play. Goal kick for Centennial. That'll be their first goal kick of the contest.
Yeah, again, it's just an opportunity for the Cardinals. Just couldn't convert with a pretty nice opportunity with the free kick, but
Boomquist stopped it up and kept it in the Centennial end. Caitlin Ackerman will knock it down and run for room in the corner. Good pressure coming as Munson steals it away and gets it back near midfield. Karen will tap it back for Courtney Ackerman. Pass stopped up by Gunderson. Near side with it is Treadle trying to get around Engen and does. Karen there to turn it around for the Cardinals. Bounces off of Munson out of bounds. Coon Rapids throw it.
well, Cardinals doing at least early on here in the second half, doing at least a better job keeping it down in the Cougar end, Joe. And you know, we talked about that's what they need. They got to keep the ball down there to get those opportunities.
And here come the Cougars again. Good numbers coming down the field. Nice job by Courtney Ackerman to seal that corner. Get the steal away from Eskirka and get it turned around.
Yeah, at least alleviate any opportunities down there in that end.
Gunderson controlling. Trying to get it back to Orth. That was poked to the corner by Verdick. It'll be out of play, and it'll be back to a Centennial ball. Ebling trying to play back to the middle, headed down by Wilson. Loose ball run onto by Gunderson. Gunderson ahead for Treadle. One touches it back to Gunderson. Trying to get it back to Treadle. Broken up by Engen. And Engen going the other way for Coon Rapids. Cuts back to the far side. And then pressured and had it poked away by Orth.
Yeah, nice play. You talked about Orth in that first half. Nice play there again, just to get the ball away.
And here's Ebling, longest she's had the ball. She gets in behind the defense and scores, and that's why she's as dangerous and why they marked her as close as they have all game.
Yeah, I mean, again, that was a great opportunity, and she hit that. She struck that ball with some authority and put it to the far corner of the net. Her first goal of the game, second of the sections. That was a pretty goal. And just step around the defender using her speed, and then that push to the corner of the net. Frazier will come out, but she has plenty of room at that far end of the net. She's able to make it count.
Frazier.
No, I'm sorry.
It's Langenfeld.
Yep, Langenfeld.
So that'll put Centennial up 3 now in a virtual stranglehold on this semifinal contest with the defense that they have shown thus far. Verdict running to the corner, trying to cross. A lot of white jerseys there. Amanda Ailes will send it back out near midfield on the far side. Aiming for Emmy. Maddie Kieran the throw in. A little too much on that pass attempt, and it'll be a throw-in for Centennial instead, right in front of the Coon Rapids bench.
Yeah, 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes gone by in the second half. Now the Cougars with a commanding 3-0 lead.
A little bit of room for Mallory Munson to run. He got it behind the defender, Madison Munson. Had it momentarily. This is Wilson for Treadle now. Treadle runs to the corner, marked closely by Engen. And it'll be a throw-in from the very corner for the Cougars.
The Cougars on the offensive again, trying to continue to try and put the ball in the back of the net. With that 3-0 lead, plenty of comfort for the Cougars.
Bloomquist can't quite get it past Wilson. In the middle, nice step over move. Karen trying to send it out. Hannah Bombeck not letting him get headed upfield. Now Engen finds a little bit of room to run. Tracked down and forced out of bounds by Mallory Munson.
Yeah, you have 3 white jerseys in the vicinity there, just doing a nice job of surrounding Engen.
Engen waiting to throw it in for Coon Rapids. Comes back to Engen, quickly marked there by Treadle, who comes away with the ball for Centennial. Cougars on the go. That pass hit Treadle in the heel and turns it back over to Coon Rapids. Haas pressuring, but a good job by Schock to get it turned back upfield. Engen can't get it turned around, but got it right back. Treadle blocks the pass attempt again, and here's Madison Munson. Back for Treadle and too far out of bounds.
Yeah, just trying to get that open player, but just a little bit too much on it.
Engen the throw. Treadle got a piece of it, comes through to Haas. Trying to push it ahead for Verdict, but it was behind her and then pushes it again, and that one will be too far, and Swaven will scoop it up.
Yeah, Verdict just kind of hanging around there, just kind of Swaven had to change what you wanted to do with that.
Fila had it taken away by the Cardinals, but Ailes plays it far side, and Orth will get it back into the middle for Wilson. Played ahead for back for Wilson now. Wilson, long shot, wide, out of play. Goal kick, Coon Rapids.
Oh, Wilson liked what she saw. She lined up for the shot, but didn't place it on net.
Well, to this point, almost 15 minutes into the second half, it's been a different half.
Yes, no question.
Than in the first. The Cardinals have had more time with the ball deep in their offensive end. Hasn't led to a lot. Oh, it's going to be a corner. I thought it went out off of.
I thought so as well.
Well. Corner kick, redirected, blocked, comes right back to Schock. Playing it in again, redirected, bouncing around, and finally poked home, and the Cougars take a 4-0 lead right at 25 minutes remaining second half.
Just too much commotion in front of that net. Too many white jerseys with the ability to put it in, and Cougars did a nice job getting that it's Ailes with the goal, making it 4-0.
And while this wasn't a corner kick, it all started with a corner kick. So 6 corner kicks for the Cougars, and 3 have led to goals. This one maybe indirectly, but still.
But look at the white jerseys.
Ailes, yeah, got numbers down there.
They do.
The clear is ineffective. Ailes right there to push it in. And a 4-0 lead for the Cougars. As we're under 25 minutes, that came with exactly 25 minutes remaining in the second half.
So far, 10 goals in 2 games for Centennial.
Well, and I was going to say it that just as I was saying that, I was trying to say, they really haven't had a lot of shots on goal here.
But they haven't needed them. They made them count.
And yeah, they. Yeah, unofficially, I only have them now with 3, with that one right there, with 3 shots on goal here in the second half. 2 goals on 3 shots on goal.
You'll take those opportunities every time if you can be that successful on those limited amount of shots.
Oh, you gonna pull a card for that? No, just thought I saw him reaching in the pocket. I was gonna say that's a little. It was that bad, but getting a little physical. There's some frustration to be certain from the Cardinals out there. Long boot will bounce and out the end line, and now the Cardinals will have that goal kick.
Yes, they will. A lot of smiles on the faces of the Centennial Cougars, and rightly so at this point. A little over 23 minutes remaining in the contest. They hold a healthy lead.
Yeah, and barring some sort of dramatic change in the contest, the Cardinals are going to end their season, and it's going to end the career for 6 Cardinal seniors.
Yep.
So definitely some frustration.
And that's the toughest part.
Especially when you see you had been playing better, and now all of a sudden it's out of reach.
Right. Absolutely, no question. Yeah, it's always tough to see your athletic career come to an end in high school, at least on the soccer field.
Yeah, a lot of multi-sport athletes.
Yep.
Of course, any of his players, or just about any of his players that don't have a spring sport already, I'm sure will be invited to try out for the lacrosse team in the spring. DeJoy, of course, the one and only coach in girls lacrosse history at Coon Rapids. And here comes another corner. And it's been a pretty successful program, but he does it by building with good athletes.
And multi-sport athletes.
You see athletes that are successful at one. Say, hey, if you're not doing anything this spring, we could use you.
No question.
Another corner. Gunderson setting up for it. And a good job that time by the goalkeeper, Langenfeld. Punched the first one away and then got a position to make the save and hold on.
See it there again.
Yeah, watch her hand come out of the group and just punch it away, and then goes up and makes the save. Brazier the one pressuring, getting help from behind by Maddie Haas. Got it ahead to Brazier. Brazier can't get much on that shot as it's deflected toward the corner and now cleared out away on the line. So a throw in for the Cardinals.
Nice job there. That was Ailes who cleared that away. Did a nice job staying with her and pushing her to the side and clearing it out.
Stepping up is Lodato for the Cardinals, moving it in where Brazier could challenge for it. Cross to the middle, stopped up. And the Cougars will send it back to the Coon Rapids end, at least momentarily. Now played to the sideline, and it'll be Brazier racing for it, played out the end line, and a goal kick for Centennial. Kalina Verdict back in up front for the Cardinals as we're under midway now in this second half. Engen comes back to take the loose ball, tried to poke it ahead to Getchell. Taken away by Lovick, played back to Haley. And here's Brazier, and Brazier off the post. Rebound is blocked by a defender and finally cleared away. Cardinals' best opportunity so far, no question. A post and a blocked shot.
Well, yeah, that rebound came right out in front, but that great opportunity, and the post was Swaven's friend there.
Oh, hit it clean. Long shot in. Swaven will handle it on a hop.
Let's see it again. She did a nice job of taking it away, Brazier.
Melissa Brazier. And then a quick shot, slips it past the keeper right off the post, and then right there for the shot. But I think that was Ailes again, just in position to make that block. I didn't see who it was. It was Verdick but it wasn't Verdict that got the shot on the rebound. Either way, Ailes right there to block the shot. Keep the Cardinals with a goose egg on the board. Lovick tried to play it far side, out the end line, goal kick, Coon Rapids.
Yeah, just put too much on that shot. Yeah, but what a great opportunity for Coon Rapids there to get on the board.
And sometimes the bounces just don't go your way. Brazier gets it to Getchell, trying to feed Verdict. Stopped up by Haley. Getchell trying to flip it over the defense too much, and scooped up by Swaven. Cardinals a little too much on the pass out the near sideline.
Again, we appreciate the efforts of all girls, Ruby Lisa Orford, Kate Hansky, Les Stokes, Morgan Grenfell, Lucy Hopkins, and Leslie Floyd.
Getchell with the steal along the near sideline from Schock. Got it into the middle, but well defended as Ailes stepped up and kept Verdict off the ball.
Well, Maddie Getchell being aggressive over on the sideline.
He may be getting away with a little bit of physicality
I
as well.
think so as well.
Well, she's one of those 6 seniors that, you know, can't help but be a little frustrated, and certainly would like to see one buried, especially after an opportunity like the post there. They'd rather not get shut out. But yeah, the stats between the two teams kind of interesting. As we were talking to Coach DeJoy before the game, just the numbers put up by the Cougars pretty impressive this year. Never shut out all season, and only allowed 10 goals.
"15 minutes remaining in this contest. Cardinals yet to get on the board."
Well, in Centennial, you talked about it early on in the game. They really like to play from ahead with the lead, and they certainly have turned it up a notch. The early part of the second half, the Cardinals showed some life. They had some pressure down in the Cardinal end. They were creating some opportunities, but since the goals, the Cougars have really turned it up and again done a great job of keeping the Cardinals locked up in their own end and just having to go a long, long way to get any sort of opportunity.
28 goals in the last 6 games for Centennial. That's some offense.
It's 4 goals a game by my
Minneapolis math.
Yeah.
Oh.
Long run to the corner, stopped up there by Lovick. Cross pass broken up and cleared away. Yeah, 4.6 goals a game.
Yeah.
So
Either
way, it's a lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot of offense, no question.
Yeah, well, and over the entire season, they put up what, 69 goals, right? So 69 out of in 16 games.
Yeah.
It's a lot of goals.
And they've only given up 1 goal in the last 6 games, so you know you're playing well.
Outscoring your opponents 28 to 1. That's pretty good.
That's good.
It's pretty good. And how many shutouts did they have this season? 4? 9.
9 shutouts.
9.
Well, 10 with the game their last game, and then maybe an 11th here. No, this does include the section game. That does include.
I'm pretty sure.
So 9 shutouts this season.
Coming in, and this could make it an even 10.
Yeah.
This is the 10th time that they've scored at 2. They've scored more than 2 goals.
Correct.
In a contest.
Yeah, they're impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 4.3 goals per game over the season. And with 4 goals here tonight already, they're right around their average.
Well,
if you can average 4 goals a game,
yeah, it's pretty impressive.
And and have the kind of defensive success you've had as well. That's everything you need. Can the Cougars take it to the next step? That's going to be the question. They'll have a section championship coming up a little bit later this week, presumably against number 2 seed Maple Grove, who also won big in the quarterfinals and is hosting a semifinal round tonight.
But Champlin Park.
Should they be able to get past that one, then you got to keep that going for 3 more games once you get to state.
Well, Centennial, Maple Grove, the 2 leading scorers in the conference, scoring teams in the conference. If that does come out to shake out that way, it should be a good one.
Lovick handling the pressure from Engen, but then the cross pass broken up by Courtney Ackerman. Bloomquist, long pass. Verdict finally going to get a chance on the run. Verdict shot and just didn't get the angle she needed, sent it wide. And it'll be a goal kick for Centennial.
Yes, Swaven came out to try and cut that angle, but you're right. She didn't get on the shot that she wanted. A nice job breakaway, using her speed just to get past the defender, and Swaven coming out. But
good pressure again from Amanda Ailes.
Yeah.
Right with her step for step, so she had to take that shot on the run. As we're down to the final 10 minutes now. And the win is probably out of question. I mean, it could still happen in 10 minutes, absolutely, but at this point, the Cardinals just want to get one.
They would like to get on the board.
Just hoping to erase that goose egg. This one right down the end line, and Swaven will just scoop it up. She did let it go out. It'll be a goal kick.
And Centennial would like to keep this shutout.
Yes, they would.
Yeah, they go into their next contest if that's the way it ends, but go to their next contest with a lot of confidence, no question about it.
Yeah, moving through the section. If it were to end with this score, moving on to the section final by way of a 10-0 score over your 2 opponents.
Well, and if it is Maple Grove, Joe, they've played once this year to a 1-1 tie. One of 3 tie for the Cougars.
Oh, nice. Little step over move there by Orth. Try to get it back to her. Turnaround shot and another goal. Centennial adds to their lead. It's a Skirka putting in number 5.
Yeah, again, she just turned around and put it into that near corner of the net for her. And Langenfeld dove, but couldn't get a piece of the ball. Does a nice job of just turning around and then just a quick kick to the
sorry,
corner.
it wasn't a Skierka. It was Lexi Larson on the goal.
Yeah, nice feed to her. She turns around and chips it to that corner of the net.
A little salt in the wound here late in this one. And the Cougars' goals per game average going to bump up a little bit now with 5 goals in the contest.
They had a nice 2-goal lead at the break, and they've not looked back since.
Well, and they have not had nearly as much pressure here in the second half, but the opportunities that they have had, they have been able to convert on.
Well, and that was the key, one of the keys, and actually number 1 key for Coach Vlog. When we get those opportunities, we need to finish, and they really have.
That one might get a whistle.
Yeah, it did.
As Verdict may have tackled the Centennial defender there, perhaps. She took, I think that was Mallory Munson.
Oh yeah, she.
Or is that? Oh, that's Megan Schock. Not going to get on any argument on that call.
No.
High boot, takes a high bounce. Orth there to head it. Yeah, if you got a high bounce 50-50 ball, Orth is probably going to win that one over Getchell most times.
Yeah. Got a little height. It's got a little height on her.
Head and shoulders taller.
Yeah.
Schock poking it ahead. Here's the Skierka trying to steer it near side, deflected out of play. Throw in for Centennial.
Well, the Cardinals knew coming in this was not going to be an easy contest, and it's proven so. Centennial definitely the dominant team here tonight.
Poked away from Lovick out of bounds, but it'll be a corner again for the Cougars, their 8th of the contest. This will be Josie Sean taking it. And it's going to miss everybody and head for the far sideline. Tracked down by the Cougars.
And the Cardinals just cleared out of harm's way.
Well, and Verdict with some room to run along the near sideline. Defense coming, tried to get it into the middle for Bloomquist, just too far. Swaven will pick it up on the far side. Skierka bumping it back for Orth. Her pass deflected away out of play. It'll be a Cougar throw in once again. Played out the end line, goal kick for Centennial.
Again, they were trying to spring Verdict using her speed, but couldn't get the ball through to her.
got to be impressed with the way Centennial has played this evening, how controlled they have been, how well they have worked together as a unit, how well they move it from their defensive end through the midfield and on to their attackers.
Well, yeah, and the
And
Cardinals.
the pressure that they've been able to generate, and that's what really paid off with the corner kicks, which have led to most of their goals.
No, no question about it. And they pressured from the get-go and got that early goal, and they've just haven't looked back. They've done such a nice job of continuing to apply that pressure on Coon Rapids and limiting the Cardinals with a handful of offensive opportunities.
Cougars attacking with numbers again. Madison Munson played it into the middle. There's a shot and a goal, but offside. And this one is going to get waved off.
Yeah, trying to get that sixth goal of the night, match their first round. Under 2 minutes.
There you see the player getting in behind the defense. Langenfeld getting a little caught up in the turf as she tried to get over there.
Now, Centennial boys lost as you mentioned earlier, a tough one in a shootout, Spring Lake Park, but the Centennial girls will move on here tonight.
Yes, they will, deservedly so. They have been impressive as we tick toward the final minute of this section semifinal, final minute of the season for the Cardinals girls soccer team. And the Cougars just a dominant, controlling, very impressive victory for Centennial.
Yeah, no question about it. They it was easy to see why they have the record they do, and why if they continue to play at this level, they'll go far here.
Yeah, and the unfortunate part is the strategy kind of worked for Coach DeJoy. They took Ebling and Gieske out of the equation. They said, we're going to take away the top two scorers and make someone else beat us, and unfortunately, they got that someone in, namely in Megan Schock, with the two first-half goals, both on headers off of free kick or corner kicks, and then able to just get some insurance here in the second half and coast on to the victory and end the Cardinal season.
Yep, and nicely played game by the Cougars. They will go on to play the winner, Champlain Park and Maple Grove, on Thursday. And a happy bunch, and they should be.
Well, the Cougars had that 2-0 lead at the half. The Cardinals had a little more pressure in the second, but Centennial, the ones able to capitalize, and the one time they let Ebling get loose, she made him pay. That got him the 3-0 lead, and then corner kick and a cross into the middle, a clear that couldn't get out. Amanda Ailes pokes it free. Cardinals as close as you can get without scoring, as it's banked off the post, and then the defender with the block on the rebound chance. Kalina Verdict late on the rush, just didn't get the angle she wanted. And then Cougars closed the deal. The turnaround left-footed shot by Lexi Larson completed the scoring. 5-0 the final in favor of the top-seeded Cougars.
Yeah, again, just a nice job by Centennial to take it to the next round. And the Cardinals, as you mentioned earlier, will lose 6 seniors, and their soccer careers at Coon Rapids are over. And I'm sure that there's some heavy hearts with those girls that will not be on the soccer field for Coon Rapids in high school any longer.
Well, we only have a short time remaining in our fall schedule. We got football. That's all that's left. Football on Wednesday against conference leading Totino Grace at Totino Grace live at 7 o'clock. Oh, we have volleyball playoffs.
We do.
That's right. Volleyball playoffs start next Tuesday, and then we'll have football playoffs next Friday. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from Centennial, it's the Cougars 5, the Cardinals 0. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including the unknown announcer, my partner, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.